citations to the elect, and to the men that died doing the work of Yahweh Shem Shai, because they shall arise first. And to the men, women, and children that believe on the true names of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer, because he's coming to deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. You know, now we're going to do this little sit down on, you know, just, hey, random things, man, because a lot of things are going on.
Looking forward.
Yeah, come. We got a lot of things going on with Israel as a whole. You know, the Tazariot situation. You know, you got the No Light, the Bro No Light with his situation. You know what I'm saying? You got the Vanessa and all those things that's being made, you know, mandatory. You know, and up and coming going into the MOTB. You know, so prophecies are rolling right now, so it's a lot to talk about. You know, it's a whole lot to talk about, man. So we just open the floor, man. We just gonna let it go, man. Let it flow, man.
Hey, with that being stated, I got another one real quick. Just started. It's the book of Job, chapter 24, verse number 1. It says, "By seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty, do they that know him not see his days?"
Right. So we know that the time is short, man. You know, we know that we almost out of it. So we are basically going through the prophecies and determining, you know what I'm saying, the end of this man's rulership, man. You know, because we ready to get the hell about it. I don't know about other guys, man. You know, but the Church of Philadelphia, we want to get the hell up out of here, man. And we tired of this oppression, man. Just sickness. I mean, I know the apostles ready to get up out of here. I know that the apostles definitely want to get up out of here, man.
That's right.
They've been around the longest, you know.
That's right. Hey, even when Yahweh was on the scene, when the disciples went up to him, asking him, when shall be the end of the world?
Right.
Roughly paraphrasing. So even back then, they wanted the kingdom to be established. Why? Because they knew that they were in captivity.
That's right. Because we in that same spirit. And what's this year? Hastening the day was coming, man. You know?
That's right.
And I mean, things are flying so fast, man. You know, like every time you turn around, something's happening. Like just today alone, you know, you had a super big moon when I was just outside looking at that. You know, and I just thought about everything that happened today. What was made this and what was made that, and you know, different posts and information brothers was passing on. You know, because you really can't, like on here, the famine of the word is coming. Because you really gotta speak in codes for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be straight up no more. And that's the Lord shutting the mouths of the prophets, man.
That's right.
And it was crazy because I was listening to that last night, and I think it was Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken, who the Lord had promised something to, and he being as though he didn't believe it, the Lord shut his mouth up until that seed or whatever happened to you know, that's when he was allowed to speak again. You know.
Well, making the tongue clean to the top of the mouth.
I believe it was Zechariah.
Hey, and the Lord, and that's what's happening now, as far as them basically terminating apps, terminating brothers' videos.
Yeah.
You know, consistently.
That's right.
Especially Apostle Tahar. He went through like 4 or 5 channels within a month or 2.
He's killing me.
And then with all these so-called cyber security and cyber attacks, just it programs the people. So when there is like a cyber shutdown, that's like them, you know what I mean, fully having both hands on the internet. You let me brother know. Gone. So that's part of it too, especially with the extremes and what's going on in Afghanistan. You know, because one of the leaders from Afghanistan, which we know that's set up over there. You know, America's funding both sides, right? But they need a reason to go down there, because that's where World War III is going to happen in the Middle East. You know, so the Lord is putting the pieces together, so that way when everything's set and ready to go, he's gonna fully execute,
That's right.
fully execute his judgment.
That's right.
But I just want to say, on one of the people from the Taliban, because America, so-called helping Afghan army, the Taliban is saying if the U.S. troops don't flee from over there by what the 31st, then they basically sending threats.
Yeah.
Now that's an act of war.
That's right.
That the scripture say, "Let the weak say I am strong."
That's right.
You know.
And that's how he said that because he got sort of how they're threatening, but on top of that, they said by what August 31st. That's a couple days from now, and we living in a time that anything can happen, man. You know, the unexpected. At any given point right now, anything can happen, man. You know, so if you really want, like, yeah, I'm trying to go to school. I'll be hearing people talk like that. You know, because they're not aware of what time they're living in. You know.
That's right.
And then you got the women over in Afghanistan. You think that's not coming to America? Those women over there, they wanted to be liberated like the Babylonian woman, the so-called American woman. Now look at them. They begging the American soil, oh, please, God, help us, and that's that.
Yeah.
You know? And guess what? They're going to a man. Now what? What happened? What happened? You know what I mean?
More than them that go to Egypt.
That's right. That's right.
You know, because Egypt is the word. What? Oh, the scripture. Because the word Egypt is synonymous for bondage.
Right.
So that's why even the other country, people from other countries, when they come over here, they even end up in failure.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
They get lit. Matter of fact, I remember like years and years ago when I was in the world, it was a matter of fact, can you got that John?
I already got it on deck.
Come. But like years and years ago when I was in the world, right? It was a dude. He was from Morocco. He was here working. His wife stayed in Morocco, but he was like working for her to come over here. Now once she got over here, he kept her in the crib for a little bit, this, that, and third, whatever. But once he let her out, she got liberated. Now she was running in. Because when she first came here, she was humble, because she still was used to the customs of over there in our homeland. Alright? So she came and she became Babylonianized. So you don't think she gonna get the same punishment here?
Right, just cause back then what they called it being Hellenized.
That's right.
They come over here, they start dressing different.
That's right.
The whole spirit. This place is like fucking Gotham City. You come over here,
this place is poison.
You know, you do too much liberty.
Right.
Has you over here, over there.
Oh man.
Believe in what you want. That's why it's called. That's why the scriptures speak about Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the greatest Babel, meaning confusion. You know, and this is the worst generation. To see how everything's evolving for the worst shows you reality. Yahweh Shai said, all these things shall come to pass before his second return.
That's right.
So that's how we know he is near. You know, it says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Right now he may be found. But we know that we're at the door, because all the majority of the prophecies are in effect. All we're waiting for is what? The hour of temptation and World War III.
That's it.
You know? But when they make it mandatory globally, that's when things are gonna happen lightning speed, you know?
I got you real fast, bro. Just to bring what you just said.
Liberation, And then you got the uproars of the people over the mandatory, the J, which will lead to the C, right? The charagma, as Apostle Paul says. You know, people are not regarding their kings nor their princes, man. They're standing up for that. Italy, they were burning their green passes. Australia, you got the actual cops marching with the civilians. Right? Because a lot of these frontline workers are quitting their jobs. You know, they're making it mandatory for the military by, I believe, September. You know, so they doing them first, and then they're gonna go, you know, doing their little door to door.
Yeah.
You know, so but with the men of the Lord are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. People are liberated, like you're about to bring. That's the broad places.
That's the women.
And he's about to read how that can affect you.
Yeah, it's the women. It's Sirach chapter 26 and 10. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. You know? And that's our people been liberated here. The women have been liberated here.
Yeah.
And they abusing themselves. They're abusing the ways of the Lord. You know? They're not thinking on Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Chapadash. They want their whatever they want, whatever the hell they want to do, man.
Right.
Going further down on it, it gets into like, yo, they're just whores, man. And that's what our people is here. They're whores, man. You know, they're whoring after other gods, man. They're whoring after Esau. Whatever Esau has to offer, that's what they want. You know, so the Lord, he's about to shut all that down. You know?
I want that, I got something, but
Nah, you have some
comment real quick.
Yeah, comment.
I like the Jeremiah. But this is real quick, St. Luke chapter 21, and I'm going to start at verse 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon.
Damn, that's heavy that you brought that out.
Yeah.
Because it was just talking about the moon. And, yo, for the past, I want to say since Saturday, from Saturday, Sunday to today, Monday. Now you got, yo, this moon is super big, man. This is, but you know, it's signs in the moon, so you know, but these people was acting crazy. They was running around stealing, arguing. Just tonight, walking through the streets, I just hear on every block, people arguing with each other. And I'm like, damn. But before that, the woman, I was with a Gadite woman, you know what I'm saying? She pointed out, she was like, yo, look at that moon. At first I'm looking somewhere else. She was like, no, you don't see it. And then when I left, I was like, oh, shit, I took a picture of it. But the picture doesn't define, like, seeing it with your naked eye. You know what I'm saying? But that, yo, man, these people is going crazy. And just imagine when all hell breaks loose, what it's about to do. And these people sitting back, they don't even understand what's going on. You know? And that's a sign to a man of the Lord. They look and they see that, they're like, oh shit. You know? And then just watching everything. And on top of just that whole moon situation, everything that came out today. You know? Through the news. And like the brother mentioned about what the Afghanistan troops, the Taliban and all that, they talking about the 31st, man. Today is the 23rd. You about to go into the 24th tomorrow. You know, so the end of we at the end of this month. We're about to be in September. This year flew by fast.
Yeah.
Since we first came in. We at the end of the summer, damn near.
Yeah.
You know?
It's time to speed it up.
Yeah, come. And the Lord said that, man. Those days shall be short for the elect's sake.
That's right.
You know? And you know it's going by fast, so you know the Lord as a man of his word, and he's not lying. He never lied to us.
Right.
You know, he said he's a man that he cannot lie. He'll never leave us nor forsake us. You know?
That's right. And you hear about that's part of the wars and rumors of wars.
That's right, come, yeah.
The famine.
Yeah.
You know, pestilence.
Seeing all that.
You know, so yeah, come. But it says, the moon and in the stars and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. And also you've been having a lot of floods in many different places.
That's right, yo.
Like back to back to back to back. You know what I mean? And just different whirlwinds and earthquakes. We had what, the 7.1 earthquake, I believe, over there in Haiti. And they said that was going to call over, and also Australia. They were talking about tsunamis.
What about Tennessee? We had Tennessee, right here in America. We had something happen in Tennessee where I believe over 20 people perished. You know what I'm saying? In the flood. You know, so hey man, the Lord is not playing with this place. You know,
That's right.
he's visiting it, going to what? Second Ezra, the ninth chapter. You know, if I'm not mistaken, that's when it says that the Lord shall visit the place that He created, man. You know.
It says, verse 26, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
When they say the powers of heaven, it's talking about these people here. This is their heaven. So the powers of this heaven, they're going to be shaken. Their power going to be shaken. You know? Then you're going to see the Lord come through and bust their ass. You know? And that's the time we in right now, man. This is a beautiful time to be living, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, this is I can't even express how beautiful this time is, man. You know, in the minute of the Lord, their spirits is up, like, and everybody else, like, oh my goodness, what's going on? But the minute of the Lord, like, they just happen, like, sometimes you're like, damn, why am I so happy, man? I'm supposed to be angry right now. Not like right now, but like, you're like, man, we in captivity, I'm gonna be angry.
Yeah.
But you know,
you can feel it. You can feel it.
That's right. That's just your spirit.
Right.
You know, it's on your spirit because you know what's going on. So you like a kid, waiting for on the Babylonian sense, waiting for Christmas or something. You know, you about to get that gift, and the Lord's about to give us that ultimate gift, and that's our kingdom, man. You know, you about to get those spiritual powers, man. You know, the hill people. Right here in Babylon. Because, man, these people don't even dig. It's like, man, we going to be doing that. Lord's going to be part of that number. We're going to do it right here. You know? In the flesh. And Lord's willing, we get beamed up. We'll be a part of that number, man. You know, come out and destroy this place with Yahweh Shah, man. And the heavenly angels. This place is through, man.
That's right.
It's the time to rejoice, man, for this place to be done. Because you see everything that the Lord said, and it's another reason to rejoice because you know the Lord ain't lied. You know, throughout history, and you know, these people they didn't believe the words of the Lord. They all believe lies. So since that lie you believe in, you're going to die with that lie.
Yeah, that's right. It says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
That's right. Look up in the sky, man. Look up in the sky.
It's a
bird.
bird.
It's a plane.
I was thinking the same.
No, shit, how was shy?
Coming down the rain.
Yo, cut. Yo, that's right. Cut. That's right.
Hey, if I may, I just want to jump down a little bit.
Word, bro.
These are the words of Yahweh.
Yo, cut. Let's get it.
So he told us, when these things come to pass, look up.
That's right.
Yo, and we seen the chariots more and more.
That's right, yup.
Like never before. Like, and even during the cotton picking slavery time, like hardcore, that type of period, man, when they were singing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, they wanted to get up out of here. Talking about the River Jordan. Because even back then they knew that this place wasn't our rest. You know, and that's why we labored, like it says in Hebrews 4 and 11, labor therefore to enter into that rest.
That's right.
Because that's the rest we're looking for.
That's right, brother.
Short for restoration. Because when Yahweh shall come back, that's when he's going to restore everything.
Right.
Everything on the earth is going to be back in its proper order, you know, in righteousness.
That's right.
And that's what we look for. That's why we rejoice in the destruction of this place, because this place is nothing but wickedness and death. Why don't you want to see wickedness and death disappear? And see people rejoicing and laughing and kids playing with animals and never dying and never having to even pay rent and things like that. That's what you should want. So they calling us crazy for wanting that. Then hey, I'll fucking take that. I'll take that any day.
Right.
I'll be the craziest motherfucker ever. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So, cause hey,
I got a scripture on me.
Con.
I just wanted to lift them up.
That's right, yeah.
This is Psalms 121. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. You know?
Right.
That's basically, that's why we're looking up. because he created this whole place, and that's where our help comes from. Like you got that song from 50 Cent, Many Men. He said, Lord, I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. That's because you gave up fucking hope, nigga.
Yeah.
You know, you gave up hope. Your hope is in, your trust is in Esau, the one that's giving you your money and all that. You know, our money comes from up above, man. The real money, man. You know, which we're waiting on. We're waiting on our inheritance. Just like a man, a Edomite here on earth, right? And just say like 50 years ago, you know, like they matter of fact, even going further back than that. Now, once a father died, he left his family or his sons an inheritance. You know, just like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and all that, they leave them their inheritance. That's why it tells you in Psalms that they think that their houses will continue from generation to generation. They're going to pass things down. That's their inheritance because the earth was given to them. So now we're waiting for our inheritance. Well, our inheritance is actually the whole earth for real, the galaxies and all that, man. You know. So they worried about small change. We worried about bigger things, man. It's like these niggas now that want to, they're in the same mindset, the mindset as Esau.
Yeah.
Yo, I just want to pass down this to my son, or, you know, give him this, nah, man. You know, you passing down this wisdom of his ancestors. That's what you're supposed to do. You tell them to keep the faith until your house shall return, man. That's it, man.
That's right. Scripture say, store up your treasures in heaven.
That's right. The rusted moth can't come away.
Right, because we know that it speaks about, I believe, Mark 10 and 30, or 30 and 10. It speaks about how we shall receive 100-fold. You know, so whatever you think you're losing here, which you're not, because first of all, this ain't even our land, so how could we lose anything here?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We're not even going to take these bodies, you know, to chariots.
I got you, right?
You know? Get it.
Matter of fact, I'm going to start verse 10.
And prime example is Job. You know, everything he lost, because those are just, these things are just tangible. Like, they're strings attached.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Esau, Satan, likes to use tangible things to keep us amongst that same thread. You know what I mean? So that's why he took away Job's children, took away his house, took away even his woman. Because those things, if you love it so much, it can pull you down. But a man who lost everything, what can you tell him after? You know what I'm saying? What else can you take away but his dignity and his spirit? You know what I'm saying? So that's why the scripture said, what can you give a rough paraphrase, what can you give in exchange for your soul?
That's right.
You know, if a man therefore loses his own soul, you know, rough paraphrasing for the earth, how could you can't get that back. The only thing after that is death.
That's right.
And torture, and judgment, however the Lord sees fit.
You ain't even gonna care about that. You like, man, take me. You know,
Yeah.
you tired of being.
Like the book of Eli.
Yeah,
You know?
come. This is all the brother called for. This is Mark chapter 10, verse 29. It says, and Yahushua answered and said, verily I say unto you, which is truly I say unto you, there is no man that hath left house, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my sake, and the gospels, but he shall receive 100-fold. Now is this time, Salakia, now in this time, houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecution, and in the world to come eternal life.
That's right.
But many that are first shall be last, and last shall be first. You know?
That's right. So we don't mind being last here.
Come.
You know? Because man, what's here?
Come.
There's nothing. There ain't shit here.
Come.
This place actually is already destroyed.
Come.
The scriptures tell you that. We just gotta live it out.
That's right.
And and the scriptures say what? The end shall speak and not lie.
That's right. Come.
Everything that we've been saying, that the apostles been saying, that prophets of old were speaking about now, is actually happening. What other book tells you that?
Right. Everything the scriptures say.
Everything the scriptures.
Ultimately, that's where it goes to. You know, that's where we get it from.
That's right. So I'm gonna jump down St. Luke, and then I'll jump to that Jeremiah. It says St. Luke chapter 21, verse 34, in red letters. It says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares." That's why you see these people, they're not considering the words of the Lord.
Right.
They're not taking heed and wanting to be converted and fearing Him and even considering like, yo, this is prophecy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's going to come upon them unawares.
That's right.
But as a watchman, the men of the Lord, we're not ignorant of what's happening.
Right.
You know, so that's why the Lord is preparing these men mentally right now.
That's right.
You know, having us go through these things and having them. So at that time, that's why we're gonna laugh, and you know how the scriptures say, because how can a man laugh at such things that shall happen, especially reading about it? Cannibalism, things of that nature, people getting shot down, cold-blooded in their head by troops, you know, being ran over. It's gonna be worse than the Middle East. What you see on TV, the Middle East, and yeah, it's gonna be, that's target practice over there. You know, scripture Daniel said, because Daniel saw this time when he was locked up. And he even stated that it's going to be a time never seen. You know? So you just got to visualize that. And yo, that's, hey, like the scripture say, through the fear, what? We persuade men. I believe Paul said that. You know? Because you don't want to be taken up in the description of what the Lord said is going to come, man. You know, the Lord's judgment, He's going to show you how terrible He really is. These people are playing games.
Right.
Selling jab passes, COVID passes or whatever. You know, always thinking about money. You know what I'm saying? Which that's not going to save your ass. When they send you up into them detention centers and them FEMA camps. You know? And your family's getting snatched up right before your eyes. Yo, like, you're going to have that stomach. Like, the Lord is going to have to give you that strength, that stomach to endure that. Like the woman with her children. Seeing them getting slaughtered and boiled and scalps being ripped off. And like, yo, motherfuckers is playing now, man. You want to laugh and mock the men of the Lord, and you know, as we're telling you the gruesome lamentation, mournings, and woe that's going to come upon you and your children. That's not nothing to laugh about, man. You know, that's why we're in the house of mourning now. You know?
That's why I said, what you say riches profit not in the day of wrath, man.
That's right. So it says, cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares, for as a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray. So these are the things we're watching for, right?
Watch ye therefore and pray.
And pray.
You know?
Always.
Always.
It says, and pray always.
That's right.
That ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man.
Right.
And it said it's going to come upon the face of the whole earth.
Right. Yo.
You know, like it tells you in Revelation 3 and 10. Matter of fact, I did that real quick just to back up that precept. You know, because right now you're seeing all these things that we just mentioned. Well, that the Lord mentioned, rather.
Right.
All those things that He said was going to come.
Right.
It's happening now. Right?
That's
Globally, rather.
That's right.
So real quick, Revelation chapter 3 verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Right. So hold fast what thou hast, man. That's the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you got. You know your faith. His faith is a gift, man. Everybody's not measured the same amount of faith. You know what I'm saying? What they call him, doubting Thomas, but he still was a man of the Lord. But he had little faith, man. You know? But he still was a man of the Lord. But he just had to see things. You know? So you have to hold fast to what you have, your belief, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't let that go to waste. For nobody. You know, you have to have morals, you have to have a backbone, you know, to stand up for what you believe in. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. That's just the bottom line, man.
Being humble.
Yeah, cut.
You know, taking humility.
That's right.
You know, 'cause these are the things that the characteristics that Yahweh Shai had.
But yeah, but when and you don't always gotta snap, man. You know, you just stand for what you believe in, man. And there's gonna come a time, you know, when we're in front of Esau, because a lot of us going to get delivered up. A lot of men is going to get lied on, you know, to be delivered to these governments, these federal agents, you know, that's around you, watching you, you know, because we know they're watching, man. You know, you just don't know where they at, and they're so, Esau is so slick, man. He's a fucking snake. So he'll put somebody right next to you, oh yeah, then go just be around them. You know?
Cunning.
That's how Esau is, man. And they'll deliver your ass right up, man. And that was their whole intention the whole time, man.
It's like hunting for them.
That's right.
You know,
It's Esau's hunting season. Like Jada's song, it's hunting season.
Yeah.
But yo, the elect's hunting season is on the way, man.
Like Jeremiah 16 and
No,
16.
that's right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, by Shem Achakadash, man. So it's nothing that it's basically Esau is nothing you can do to the elect, man. Nothing. You could try all you want. Yeah, are you going to kill a lot of Israelites? Yes, you are, man. You know? Are you going to get away with it? No, you're not. But you're going down, man. At the end of the day, it's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to save your kingdom because it's already been written.
That's right. What you want?
Yeah, that Jeremiah 51 and 1. Baruch Hashem.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 1. It says, Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will raise up against Babylon.
See that?
And
That's written. It said, I will raise up against Babylon, man.
yep.
He raised up against ancient Babylon. This is modern day Babylon. So how is he raising up against Babylon now? Look at this. Look at everything that's going on. Look at everything. And this is on a small scale right now. It's about to, all hell is about to break loose, man.
This is the beginning of sorrow.
Any day now, all hell is going to break loose, man.
That's right. The beginning of sorrow.
That's right. Oh, Matthew the 24th chapter.
That's right. But it says, against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind.
That's the church. That's the nukes, man.
Yep.
A destroying wind. Because you rose up against him. And how you raise up against him, you touch the apple of his eye, man. You said, touch not one of my little ones. And who you really looking for, you're looking for the elect to try to upset prophecy, but it's not going to happen. Fucking devils, man.
That's right. It says, verse 2, And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about.
In the day of trouble. And yo, what's going on right now? All these different countries and everything, man, they are round about Babylon.
That's right.
You know? But the day of trouble, and the day of trouble was coming, man. You know? Jacob's trouble. And yo, Jacob's trouble was going to be a global event because Jacob spread on all four corners of the earth. So that's a global event, man.
Yep.
And the fanners, what? They're going to be on all four corners of the earth. And who's the fanners? The angels, man. But the main place is going to get completely destroyed is right here, man. Babylon the Great, man. America. My country, 'tis of thee. You know, and yo, when they say sweet land of what? Liberty, man. people, they want to liberate everything, man. They want to liberate the whole world. They want to go against the law, statutes, and commandments that, Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave to us, man. And they want us to go against them. Going to what? The Maccabees, the first chapter. First Maccabees 1, and 2, and all that. Going even back to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Going back to Daniel. They didn't want us to worship our power, man. The whole our holy days. And they knew that we was Israelites. But here they know it. They like, man, they hiding in front of you. You can't celebrate shit. If you try to celebrate anything, we're going to put you to death. And that's why the Lord's coming to put their ass to death, man.
Right.
Matter of fact, can you grab Isaiah 14 and 22, Baba Bashar? Because the Lord about to cut this place off, man. This place is done. There's nothing else that they can do. Nothing.
God. Start at 21, Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right.
But I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession.
Everything, man. Damn.
For the bitter, for the bitter and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts.
You're going to make it spoil you, man. You're going to destroy this place completely.
So, it's like, when you sweeping, and you bring that broom, phew, that's how when the bombs blow up, and you get that, dang, what's that shit called when it comes, the,
When?
yeah, that, but it's called something, when there's like a big and atomic bomb, you feel the aftershock.
Okay.
It's like so you feeling that wind, like the scriptures described it, but it said like sweeping. So you're gonna feel that aftershock. Phew, that alone is gonna destroy shit like you see in the movies. You know what I'm saying? Before the fire comes and just consumes everything.
That's why I said the earth going to roll to and fro like a junkie.
That's right.
That's how much missiles going to hit this place. And that, just to wrap your mind around that, it's like, damn. Just think about an earthquake, man. And that's on a low level because America has not. I don't even think globally they have not had an earthquake with the capacity of a thermonuclear missile hitting the earth.
No.
And besides that, millions, man. Because a lot is going to hit. These people, you don't know how many nuclear missiles they got stored, especially Russia, man. They're not telling everything that they got. Because they know America, that's the house divided, man. Russia's Edomites, we got America's Edomites, man. And they going at it against each other. And all these other nations see that, so they want to put their 2 cents in down, man. That's why the scriptures say, let the weak say that I'm strong. The Lord is the land, listen, man.
Real swift. This is Isaiah chapter 19. I'm going to start at 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence.
Right.
And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
Right, that's what's going on right now.
And they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
That's right.
And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards.
See that? Because everything in Egypt that they uphold now, like these dudes, let's go to Mass. Let's go see the pastor or the papa, Don't just give them 10 Hail Mary 6-hour fathers. You know,
Yeah.
a regular church or just pray to Jesus. You know, the Lord's about to break all that up, where you not calling on them no more, man, because they're not going to save you. You know, and you're gonna have to go, man. Can you do that again, brother? What's up?
Con, and also with these elites,
Con.
that's how they they're able to have this power on the left hand side with their witchcraft, their sorcery, with the television.
Yup.
You know, telling lies to your vision because they're controlling the narrative,
It's witchcraft.
making people believe something that's not really going on, but because you see it on TV. Oh, it gotta be real because they said there's a disease, so it gotta be real. You ain't even seen people dying from it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So right there, you rather believe in what you see in the black box than your actual eyes.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Which really the life in front of you.
That's right.
So hey, but I just wanted to say how Esau's getting weary, and Esau's getting weary in their enchantment. They're getting weary because they're getting exposed. You know. So now they're going to their sacrificing kids or whatever, and trying to get a response from the left hand side. They probably not even responding to them.
Nah, and then
So they get, you know?
another way that they get worried is that's why they trying to shut down a lot of things. It's like social media. They put this up. Television, you can't say this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, YouTube, you say this, they shut the video down. But they getting worried because they like before they were so strong in their stronghold. They like, man, let them say whatever they want. We got it. But now they see how everything is going. They like, oh shit, these niggas keep talking. They saying too much. Now people starting to pay attention and listen.
Yeah.
Now they're bucking up against us, but that's all scriptures, you know.
And you got whistleblowers.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, that's why Daniel said knowledge shall increase.
That's right. But these people, they're weary with that, man. But now they like, man, we should have never made this shit. You know. But they can't even say that because the Lord, he created this for our sake, for us to bring out this information. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit and power, Yahbashim, Yahbashim, Kapadas. And not even just on YouTube. Oh, you got brothers on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Every platform you can imagine, brothers is on there flooding it with the truth, man.
That's right.
So they're getting their ass kicked through the spirit, man. You know? So of course your ass gonna get fucking weary and shit.
They call it information war.
Yeah, kind of. Who wants their ass constantly whipped? Without getting tired of that shit, man.
And that's why they're going to end up using force. Because it tells you in Revelation 12 and 12 that they have but a short time.
That's right, con. Yup.
You know?
Yup, that's when they want to strike back.
Con.
They still in power, they still their kingdom. They like, you gonna believe them niggas over me? Haven't I fed you?
Yeah.
Gave you all type of benefits and stuff. You know?
And that's how they're gonna get people with that corrupt.
Con, that's right. Con.
You know?
Con.
But I'm gonna read that again. 8. See what Second Thessalonians 2 and 9. Yeah. I can read it if anything. But it says, I'm gonna read it again for the brother. It says, verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Hey, Yahushua warned us about a house being divided.
Right, yep.
How is it gonna stand? That's like you have family members in one household, and one of them start arguing, and then the other, I'm gonna take his side. Oh, but I'm gonna take his side. Now the whole house is getting fucked up,
Right, yep.
breaking TVs, you know what I'm saying? The whole house is destroyed. Now you gotta leave, and it's just a mess. You know, so that's like saying against saying. But it says, and also not even that, just people, regular employees. You know how they got employees snitching on other employees if they don't got a mask or whatever. You know, Yahushua warned about a mother against daughter-in-law, father against son, right? A division, because he came to bring a division to separate the righteous from the wicked, straight up, because that's what it is. You know, there's gonna be more wicked than righteous. But that's how you separate. I came for this, boom. You know, they got it. Once the elect is sealed, then that's it. You know? Sayonara, motherfucker.
I'm gonna have to start at the top on this one.
I'm gonna finish this for you.
Kind.
But it says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor.
That's what they doing now. And yo, check that out. And that's when you get that C. You know, the people with the muzzle on and the people without it on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
basically the haves and the
Yeah,
have-nots.
the ones that got the Vanessa and the ones that don't. They gonna go at each other. And yo, you got friends that have been friends for life, man. What they call them day ones.
I like the raising Cain.
Yeah, kind of. But now because you ain't do what these people told you, they like, man, listen, you put my family in jeopardy. Now I got to cut you.
Yeah, but
they going go at each other like that.
hey, remember when Peter was walking in the midst of the people? They said, "Hey, aren't you part of the 12?
Yup.
Wasn't you walking with him?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, they gonna say that to us. Oh, wasn't you with them?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you? They doing it now on the lower scale. Brother take the train.
Yeah.
People look at him. Hey, aren't you an Israelite? Because what the word is going around.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have some people rebuke you for that,
Yeah.
but then you may have some people like, oh, let us call you by your name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I like the scripture said. Then shall they know there was a prophet among them.
Yeah. So you gonna have actual heathens going at each other. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, when it said they shall go back to their own man.
Yeah. But then, like what the scripture said, they gonna be fighting against each other
That's right.
in these streets real soon. They already doing it. It already started. And it like this started since this whole situation started.
Since the first wave,
Yeah.
where dude died over, I believe it was water or
Mhm.
something, fighting over ass pain.
Yo, the scriptures coming to life, man.
God. Second Ezra 15 chapter.
God.
For the lack of bread, you know, neighbor against neighbor.
Yo, this is 2 Thessalonians. You read down to this morning.
No, we hit the point.
Alright, so this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 1 because this is a heavy. Go down to verse 9.
Come.
This is heavy right here. Because it's speaking about things going on right now. So it says, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that day, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand, right? And that's what's happening right now. The day of the Lord is at hand, man. You know, any day, man, everything can just unfold, man.
Yeah.
And he's coming back. So that day is right now where we at, man. And it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, right? And we fell away before, right? So now this man he's been revealed. We call him Esau, you know what I'm saying? And we fell away before. But now this man is being with the son of perdition. He's being told. That's why, like, yo, when we was out there before, I remember teaching, and I didn't even call this dude Esau. I said an Edomite or something like that. And he looked at him. He was a professor in the college. He's like, man, I'm no Esau. And I looked at this stuff, started laughing, like, damn, y'all dudes is exposed, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Come.
It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And what they got him as, they got Caesar Borgia in there. You know what I'm saying? All the saints and everything, all the angels. You know what I'm saying? If they made a picture of the Most High Yahweh, he would look just like them, man. You know? And God just means power. You know, and that's what they have right now. All right.
Hey, and they thought they want to be omnipotent, being everywhere at once,
That's right.
watching everyone.
Con.
That's why that's why they having everything become digitalized.
They want that karate man to go away.
That charisma, that you know what I'm saying, and that's how they're exercising it through their technology.
That's right.
You know, I believe forget who it was, but he was talking about the fourth industrial revolution. Because the first, when the industrial revolution came about, that's when Esau went from animals and actual hands-on agriculture,
Oh shit.
right, to actual machines.
Con.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's why that's that whole beast system. You know, they trying to be like the Most High.
Con.
You know?
Yeah, that's why I say, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. You know? And that's what they do, man. They put themselves up here, man. Like they're higher than the Lord. And that's why they tell you about them chariots. So, yo, they're not up to Lord. You know?
Right.
They're aliens, green men.
Yeah.
They're disrespectful as hell, man. Because they know damn well who's on there. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withhold, that he might be revealed in his time. And where he's being revealed, what in his time? For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let. Can't read that again.
Yeah, that's
It says, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And that's what I was saying earlier, man. You know? He's the one letting these things happen. Now he's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop this. You know what I'm saying? He's letting you think, though people still believing about the lies he's telling, man. You know?
Mhm.
But he's the one being let to do it. So it's not in his control. And when you understand that, you're like, he has to do that.
Hey, that's why even if I may, it's lucky,
No,
just
no, no.
jump in like that. But just like how when you read about Job, the first chapter, how he let Satan do what he did to Job. But what he said, don't kill him. So Esau don't even got power. Or even when Yahushua told the Roman centurion, you only got power because my father gave it to you.
That's
In
right.
other words,
That's right.
you know.
That's right.
So, like Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord.
That's right.
You know, so
God.
that should boost your faith more because knowing like yo, these niggas ain't in control or nothing, man. No spirit, no on the earth, the trees, even the weather itself has to follow the order of the Lord.
That's right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So once you know that, yo, your spirit, that power just you feel more like in control of things, not in a sense is believing, having that faith. Knowing like yo, this the Lord that's controlling this, right? That's part of that spiritual intervention. What Daniel witnessed, angel closing the mouth of the lion. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
At the
man.
3 holy children, like
God. Yo, and it says, for the mystery of iniquity, right? So I'm gonna bring that word mystery out. And that's a lot. Mysterion. Right? It says hidden thing, secret, mystery, generally mysteries, religious secrets, confided only to the initiated and not to ordinary mortals. All right, you see that? I'm gonna read that part again. It says generally mysteries, religious secrets, confided only to the initiated, and not to ordinary mortals. So it's not given to who, like right now in Esau's time, his rulership will be considered ordinary mortals, man. the general public. But the initiated, you're talking about these elite, you know, because they're the ones with the lies and all that. All right, the hidden things. And that's how Esau likes to work. He likes to hide. He's crafty, man. Like the scripture says, he said, oh man, I don't want to butcher it, but it's roughly paraphrased, said, he does things in secret, says, who will see me, you know? But the Lord sees everything. It says, it says a hidden or secret thing, not obvious to the understanding, a hidden purpose or counsel. And it says what they say, let us cut them off from being a nation, man. All right? So that was a counsel that they took amongst each other to cut us off from being a nation. All right? It says secret will of men. It says of God the secret counsels which govern God in dealing with the righteous, which are hidden from ungodly and wicked men, but plain to the godly. So see, now when you really look at that, the Lord, like he flipped it on it. Because that's like, yo, okay, you got mysteries to these people, but you know the Lord knows the spirits he created. So he's like, yo, they're ungodly. But yo, my elect is here. So they wanna everywhere, yo, everything that you try to hide, they gonna bring it out.
Yeah, like the scriptures say, what's done in the dark shall be brought to light.
That's right, that's right.
Hey, and this word is referred to that light. You know, it's exposing everything here. So that's why it goes into how we bringing down strongholds.
That's right.
Because that's their right arm that's strong, and they getting weaker and weaker as they getting more exposed. Yo, Esau, you exposed, and that's why they getting mad, and that's why now they want to bring the troops. They're like, fuck this.
That's right.
Come on, Tom, we're gonna get get the soldiers, get the, you know.
Go get the strap.
Yeah,
that's
right?
that's the lesson. But it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let. So only he who now letteth, so who's letting? Yahweh, man. By Shimei outside, let them do what they do. Will let until he's taken out the way. But Esau's he's being let, so he's letting everything go down till the Lord comes to take his ass out the way. But ultimately, the Lord is allowing him to be the one to be able to do these things. Yeah, kind of. It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Yo, and that mouth is talking about the mouth of the chariot.
That's right.
And them lasers come out, man.
It says,
animals.
I'm going to read it again, man. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Come on, man. Come on, man.
The whole world is going to see his
appearance. Right. It says, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess.
Hey, since you read that, can I bring this out real quick?
Hold on, let me bring this one last John.
You got more spaghetti?
This is kind of says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Hey, real quick, and that shows you right there. That shows you proof that people they could come up with signs. Do miracles on the left hand side. That's how they try to do miracles. Oh, take this carabiner, and you can walk again. The blind people or deaf people, you can hear or see again. You know, that's like a miracle, and they trying to do the same miracles that Yahweh Shai did, but they try to use their sword, their technology, doing it on the left hand side.
So they say technology shall be increased, and their knowledge, technology too, I believe.
I mean, you could throw that in there, cause that's how it's going out through the four corners of the earth. You know,
this is not this. It shall be increased and all that, right? So you got they know about the miracles of Yahweh, and their wisdom, like you said, knowledge. Their knowledge of the body and everything is much more increased. So now they're able to use certain gadgets and this and that to make you be able to see, be able to hear, be able to walk. You know, Esau is a mad scientist, man.
Right.
You know, so those are the miracles that he's performing to these people, to the unknowing. You know, because like a man that's been in a wheelchair for so long, he's seen everybody walk. You can't imagine what's on that man's mind every day. Of course, you know he want to walk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then he's presented an opportunity to do so. He's jumping on that. If he's not a man of the Lord, you know. But see, and that's why the Lord is going to have his men, and those times is coming up. They're going to be doing the same miracles, healing the sick, this, that, and they're doing all that, man.
Even greater.
That's right. Yeah, that's what we're going to do in the kingdom, but yeah, it says, I'm going to read verse 9 again. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Matter of fact, let's get that word wonders. Let's get that word wonders, man. It sticks out. Lying wonders.
And that's how you know Satan is using a particular man, a particular nation.
Get dubs. There you go. I'm gonna...
Strong's G 5059. Teras.
It says Taras. It says a prodigy. So now when we talk about prodigy, that's like somebody that's like brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's a child prodigy right there. You know? So he's so smart or whatever. It says portent. It says miracle performed by anyone. So all you gotta do is go to their schools, you know, and study what they study, and you could do the same miracles they do. Do them because they have to train you how to put these things into a person.
Or even being a doctor.
That's right.
You know, you got to go to medical school, and people look at these doctors as gods.
Thank you, doc. You saved my life.
Yeah, and we healed you, or we gave you a heart transplant, or you know what I mean? Because I've watched the show called Grey's Anatomy. You know, it was a pretty good show, but in some scenes you see how people that glare in their eyes when they look at the doctors, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen the same, like, you know what I mean? So, and they don't even give credit to the Lord in the show.
That's right.
You know, we're the doctors, we're the saviors, the remedies, and how they get all these remedies and medical treatments through witchcraft.
They stole it from us.
Oh, here, this will be a healing. You know, they get I don't want to say certain things because they will flag sloppy. But they do things on the left-hand side to where people count on that.
That's right. That's
in
why
the lack of words.
That's why I said lying wonders.
It says, scripture say he's a physician.
They use them wonders.
What's the scripture? I'll get it. Where it says, physicians of no value. I'll get that. I'll read that. Because really, they stick to their whole science and all that, man. Which the scriptures speak about science, falsely so called.
Physicians of no value, page. You don't want to. Physicians of no value, page 8. Joel 13 and 4.
What?
They ain't want that to come out.
Satan, right?
But it says, line 1 is verse 10. It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved.
Yeah, all deceivableness. So they use all their weapons in their arsenal.
That's right.
The tactics. Because it said earlier when we read, a snare upon the whole earth. So those are traps. So they're laying traps on these governments, these kings, crippling governments, so they can be forced to rely on their new currency, like things like that. You got something called what? Problem, reaction, solution. That's also a form of witchcraft. Using craftiness, being malicious, you know, cunning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the devices they create, but like just the device they create to pretend to be animals to attract the animals and then catch them. You know,
Right.
like a serpent. What it does.
Right.
Hey man.
It says, and for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And yo, that's, man, because you got men that's in the truth. That's why this truth is so powerful, man. You know, then that's why these devils, they know the truth is real. They know about the truth. Right. So what they want to do, they want to throw people up in there that's going to sell out, and that's going to be those wicked wicked judges and stuff, you know. And they're going to be the ones that people believe because they ain't believe in the truth. You wanted to believe in unrighteousness, so you're going to get what you asking for. Yeah. And that's a missile, man.
Just like the days of Noah.
But whatever the Lord has set up for you, that's what you're going to get, man.
Right, because we telling them, yo, World War III is going to happen. You know, America is, aka Babylon, is going to be that lake of fire the scriptures speak about. But see, like the brother mentioned earlier, people never over here never experienced something drastic like that. You know, that's how you know that Esau, the elites, you know, the banking families, the Rothschilds, Bilderbergs, the Oppenheimers, the rest, the banking family, they're, you know, selling weapons and all of that to these other countries, you know, and damn, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, you know, so they being found out. In other words, right? Now I'm gonna read this real quick in the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 4. It says, "But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value." Because you can't heal a spiritually fucked up person. You know, you can't. You can't heal somebody like that. You may could, you know, stitch up the womb or whatever, or take one organ and put another one in with their technology, but you can't resurrect somebody, Esau. You know, you can't do those things. You can't they convert majority of the people into their religion and their science. You know, that's how these people are drunk, but not with wine, as Isaiah said. But see, we're receiving this word, and this is what's healing us. Because what? We're becoming new men. That's what that baptism is, becoming a new man through the Spirit. You know, coming out of this world. You know, coming out of the ways of this world. That's why through all these trials and tribulations, what is it doing? Purging us to become better. This place is low in morals and manners and everything that happens in this society goes against what the scriptures say.
Right.
You know? So that's why people get what they get.
It's anti-Christ, anti-Hamashiach.
Yeah.
Everything's against Yahweh himself.
Because you got many anti-anointings, right? So I'm going to read it one more time. It says, "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value." You know, there's no value because what? You take one thing, I'm going to just say it like that, and then you get side effects. You know, and then it multiplies. And you get worse and worse, and you know, you get addicted and things like that.
You take one wonder.
Right?
And try to use another wonder, which it turns it unwonderful.
And there's a hook. And that's why people be like, "Oh, look, he's hooked. He's hooked."
Hook, line, and sinker.
Like a fish that's
caught. You take
caught.
one wonderful for something. You take one wonder for something that's going to turn something else unwonderful. Now you got to get another wonder for that unwonderful. And you keep wanting wonders that's going to keep messing with, that's going to make you unwonderful.
You know, a man that always wonders.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Traveling everywhere. Oh, man. You You know, so there's no comfort in that, man.
Yo, and that's spiritual because in that show Vikings, there was this dude. He calls himself a wanderer because he was kidnapped from one particular army or whatever. Then through war, he ended up fleeing, and then got caught from from another nation. Then just always tossed to and fro. The guy was like, "I know you, man." He's like, "I'm just a wanderer. I'm not under nobody's laws. I'm just a one." You know what I'm saying? That's how these people are, man. It's fucking wandering to and fro with this philosophy and that philosophy, and that's confusion. That brings confusion. And the Lord said, what? He's not the author of confusion. So that's how you know those are the works of Satan. And I got a beautiful precept to back you up. This is Job chapter 10 and verse 22. It says, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness.
Damn, and that's crazy. So without any order, this place is out of order, man.
That's right.
The whole globe is out of order, man. There's no order here, man. You know, because if it was under a righteous order, everything would run smoothly. That's why they want us to come back into power, man.
The kingdom will be established.
That's right. They want this place to come back into order, man. You know, especially like when you had the it was a couple years ago with I believe she was a Arabian woman, or a woman that spoke Arabic. You know, because she was dressed like that region of the world, and she was asking. She was like, she did a video outside. She's like, yo, please come back. She's like, the real Israelites, they're dark. You know, they're over there in America. We want y'all to come back because we need y'all to take over, because y'all the rightful owners of this place. And we want, basically she was saying she wanted righteousness restored. You know? But our people, once we tell them that here in Babylon, the great where we live at, they don't want to take our word for it.
Right.
Even if they got to hear it from another nation. And even when they hear it from them, well, I'll say 2/3 and all these other people, they still don't want to believe it.
Yes.
You know? And that's the Lord even showing you that he's using all these nations like, oh, those are my people, man. Those ones over there, yeah, the ones y'all got in derision, the ones y'all call proverbs and bywords and all that, yeah, those are my people, man.
That's right.
And they're going to be there, and soon they're going to be back in power, man. And he's showing you through everything that he said he would, man. He's coming back like he said he would. He's visiting this place like he said he would. You know, we at the end of this thing, man. You know? So if you have to repent, have mercy on your brother, forgive your brother, and all that, man. You know?
That's right.
Because if you don't have mercy, how mercy going to be dealt with you, man?
God.
You know?
God. You treat somebody how you want to be treated.
That's right, God.
That's a reflection of you.
God.
You know what I mean?
And be humble, man.
Yeah,
You gotta be humble, man. If you're not humble, you want to be humble. The same way you treat a brother, it's how when the Lord come back, you're going to get that 10 times more, man. Especially if you know the truth, man. You know? Because you got brothers in all these different camps, man, and they just tyrants, man. You know? And they like to smirk and scoff at other brothers' camps and all that. Talk shit about them. Talk shit about doctrines and all that. You know? When when their doctrine is off. And they don't want to have mercy on their brother for teaching the right doctrine. So the Lord is watching and he hears all that. So when he come back, if you don't repent, he's going to smoke your ass, man. And you're going to get beat with many stripes because you know. You men that read the Bible. You know? Like brothers was talking about fringes, man. Yeah, you got to have your fringes. Those same dudes is talking about those fringes. They're going to be the ones that get the, the charisma, man.
Yeah, trying to be holier than thou.
That's right. They're going to be the same ones to get it, man.
Fringes and chips.
Yo, chips and fringes.
Yo, and that's
Since Nate did that video, burgers and fringes back then, you gonna get fringes and chips, and that's gonna be y'all niggas, man.
Niggas with fringes and chips.
Yup, fringes and chips.
So
And we ain't talking about Frito-Lay's, motherfucker.
Yeah. So it said this world is is no order.
That's right.
This is like I put up the new world out of order.
That's right.
That's their new world order. It's out of order.
Because they want everything to be underneath of them the same way the Lord, when He comes back, everything's going to be under Him, man. It's going to be one governing body, and that one governing body is going to be elect under Yahweh Shai King David, man. You know.
That's right. So with that, I'm gonna get the book of Ephesians, and this is a beautiful book. Yeah, I know. Come on. Verse Ephesians chapter 4, verse 12. For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach Yahushua, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach.
That's not going to happen here in Babylon, man. That's going to happen in the kingdom. You know, when we all come together, because you got these dudes that want to have unity camps, and they can't even agree on what the Quran is, man. But they all can agree on what doctrine is wrong. You know, who said this, who said that? They can agree on that. But the main important thing, you can't agree on that. So that's being unequally yoked. You know.
Yeah, this is the point that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
See that? They lie in wait to deceive, man. Because they get that Judas purse, you know? They get the Judas purse and all that, man.
Come on, you cat.
God, playing.
Fucking animals.
But they lie in wait for whoever and that's the spirit of Satan. Because they seek whomever they may devour. That's why you got dudes that have camps with the women sitting outside with them. You know what I'm saying? But them the same dudes that in the wintertime they're nowhere to be found.
Yo, and those are gonna be the men to sell you out, man.
Yeah,
because of the money. Just going back as remember what the wicked scribes and Pharisees did.
That's right.
It was all, they did it for vain glory.
That's right.
Filthy lucre's sake, man.
Yep. And that's all they do is try to show off for their congregation because you got your women out there. But during the summertime, man, we go hard as hell.
They don't really believe America's gonna be destroyed now.
No, they talk it, but they go hard. They go hard in the summertime.
They talk it, but they don't walk it.
How they say in Cali, they go hard.
Yeah, they go hard in the beat.
They go hard. But yo, in the wintertime, you don't even see them dudes, man.
Silence of the lambs.
Yeah, exactly.
Motherfuckers is hibernating.
You can't even hear crickets.
Niggas is hibernating.
Yo.
Scripture say, don't sleep.
God.
You gotta stay on your watch. And that's part of staying on your watch, man. Being diligent.
That's right.
Because, if we really in the war, you on a high tower, and you fall asleep, and you got niggas creeping up, spies or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got all types of manner of men for different war tactics.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Ones that
you
can skill of building and shit.
Yeah, you got agents. Men that get the ropes and shit. Like the niggas, like in Scarface, prime example. I don't know why I thought of it. But like how the dude had the rope in the back, while everybody else was like decoys in the front. Hey, the dude in the back, like I got this nigga, like Biggie creeping from behind. You know what I'm saying? That's why as a watchman, you gotta, because Satan creeps. You know what I'm saying? We battle against not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Spirits, man. That's why we put it on that armor, that spiritual armor.
And that's how you know too that his his empire wasn't foolproof, and it wasn't of Yahweh Bashim outside.
That's how we really
That's why the Lord right. That's why the Lord shut his ass. That's why the Lord shut it down. Well, that was a fictional story, but still, like things have happened like that to men that live that lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
They think they got all angles covered. I got all these cameras. I got this. I got that. And the Lord will put the spirit on the one that's the main one watching something to fall asleep. And your enemy will creep up in there and kill your ass, man. You know?
That's right.
That on that.
But it said, what's that scripture that speaks about that hour and that same hour?
Are you talking about when your house signs on a planet?
Yeah, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane.
I know it's a black fish and all that. You say you can't stay with me 1 hour?
Come. Yo, and what and we that hour we're approaching the hour of temptation. You know?
We up now.
And then once that hour comes, America's gonna be destroyed in an hour. You know what I mean? So yeah, you might have to type it in.
I'm trying to figure out and remind me this shit. What scripture talks about when Jesus said, son of a bitch, should have run?
These are the top results.
This is by
Salaki, bear with me. What scripture talks about when Jesus said you can't live? No, I'm about to pull this phone. Salaki. Oh, Matthew 26 and 40. And
Ah,
it's
this
also
is,
Mark 14 and 37.
this is Matthew chapter 26, verse 40. It says, I'm gonna start at 39. It says, and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, Oh my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. You know, so he was praying to the Father, like, Lord, you know, because he didn't want to go through that, man. You know, he was in the flesh too. You know what I mean?
I believe that's the saying when it talks about the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak.
It says that he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep.
It's not. But and when he said he said not as our will, but as your will.
Yeah.
You know, so that was the spirit. That's why he went to go pray. You know, and he still said not my will, but your will be done. You know what I'm saying? That's how he taught us to pray as well. You know, just to add on to the brother's point.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful point. It says that he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, What? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, that ye enter not into temptation.
Now, Joe, check it out. When you think about it, when Yahweh Shah went through that, because he went to the Father and prayed to him, you know, he asked him to stay up. Now, Yahweh Shah had to go through all this alone, man. You know what I'm saying? He had to get put on the cross alone. So he asked them to stay up and watch with him, you know. That's a representation of like, yo, you gotta go through this alone. They're not gonna be there. They just sleep. You know, so the Lord put the spirit on them to fall asleep, you know, in that garden. So Yahweh Shai had to man up basically. You know, he had to get that flesh in order. And that's another thing. And that's another way that he conquered this flesh, man. You know, he didn't let that flesh allow him to want to just be there with the disciples, man. Even though he cussed them out. Like, dang, I couldn't stay, but I was this, that, and that. And they went right back to sleep because he went a couple times. But that was Yahweh's answer, basically like, yo, you gotta go through this alone. This is what you chose to do. You know, you're my only begotten son, and this is your mission, man, to help them that's over there sleeping, because they're your men. But you have to go through it first, man. You know, and then when he went through it, then all of them had to go through it separately. You know,
Yeah.
but he was the example for them.
Yeah. Calm. That's right. And because he had to fulfill prophecy.
That's right.
Just like how the scriptures say, how some of us might not taste the death,
Right.
but also some may,
That's right.
may be put to death.
Right. That's why he went
That's-
through all phases. He covered all aspects.
Hey, that's why the scripture says, Sirach 4:28, "Now fight for the truth unto death,
That's right.
and the Lord shall fight for thee."
That's right.
Because Yahweh didn't fight back. He didn't let that flesh get to him.
Because he could have.
He could have. What he told Peter?
All the miracles he performed.
He said, I could call down 12 legions of angels.
That's right. That's right.
And 12 legions?
Huh.
The Lord Yahweh only used 2 angels to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
So imagine when Yahweh Shai alone.
But nah,
Imagine
he
him
sent
with
them to
12
warn them.
angels.
He sent them to warn them, but when it went down, it went down.
Just
He
imagine.
sent the
So,
2 to warn them, like, yo, listen.
that's a
right
war.
here.
That's a
Go warn
warning.
them.
And
Yeah.
that place you can't
Yeah,
even
cut.
burn it
That's
again.
right, yeah, cut.
And that's a warning.
Yeah, cut. Yeah.
That's a bad mama jump.
Yeah. No, it's burnt. So the ash, you try to burn the ash, it ain't gonna burn. That's talking burning with that's fervent heat, man.
Yeah.
That's fervent heat.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it breaks the element down so much it can't be burned no more. And that's proof also that your flesh, and that's proof on the hell doctrine that these churches you're gonna go to hell and burn forever. How? When Sodom and Gomorrah ain't burned forever. Yeah, it burned for a long period of time, that was forever. You know, the same way America's gonna burn the same way.
Right.
But once your flesh gets burnt with that fervent heat and all the elements of your flesh is burnt down, you can't burn it no more, man.
Right.
You know, so how the hell, and then you damn sure can't burn the spirit. You know?
Yeah.
So let me think that ain't crazy. And it's all these instances and things to show you, you know, that the Lord, man, that what we're telling you is the truth, man. You know?
That's right. Come. So I'm gonna read on verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
And that's what Yahweh did. He watched and he prayed. You know? Because he wasn't tempted to try to get about that situation when,
Right.
and what's the name? Pilate was asking him, because he was trying to give him an out. Pilate really was, man. Because he knew that Yahweh was innocent. He knew that.
Pilate didn't want the
You
blood
know
on
what I'm
his
saying?
hands.
Yeah, come. He like, man, I can't kill this guy. I can't get that order, man.
He was asking
Yeah.
basically what offenses did he have on him?
Yo, come, yup.
You know what I mean?
And Yahweh ain't say shit. He was like, hey man, do what you gotta do. You know? But
Hey.
a nigga now, knowing he's innocent, nah man, I'm innocent, fuck that. I ain't do shit. You gonna try to argue him down, man.
You trying to
Yeah.
fight. You trying to be like,
Yeah,
the
come.
Lord is gonna justify his men.
That's right.
Hey, that's why the scriptures say, in other words, when they come and take us,
That's right.
and we be in front of the judges or, whoever, think not what to say, because the Lord is gonna give us
That's right.
in that same hour
That's
what to
right.
speak,
That's right. That's right.
even on what to do.
That's right.
Like Peter or Paul when they was locked up,
Con.
they prayed to the Lord, and the Lord had earthquake happen.
That's
So,
right. Con.
don't,
Yo, what's that song? He got the whole world
Yeah,
in
yeah.
his hands. You know what I'm saying? So he got all that in his hands. So how the hell? There's nothing you can do, Esau.
That's it.
Bottom line. Fuck you, Esau.
Right. You can't have the wind and the seas obey you.
That's right. So why the fuck is we scared of you?
Or they try and use that little weather modification they've been
Yeah,
doing
kinda.
lately.
And those are the devices that they try to use as fear tactics to the people.
All deceiving people.
That's
like
right. See, there you go. All the
Because you cause an earthquake or whatever, right? Or increase it. when there's a natural one, you increase it.
Con.
And then send it to somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then tell them, oh, we could come for your aid. You know what I'm saying? Look at that's so slick.
Yup. Cause they cause it. Fucking devils, man.
Just like with the smallpox.
Mm.
Where you know what I'm saying? Because they think that
Cows and shit.
how they vaccine the blacks and this and that, catching you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the biblical Israelites. They did it before. There's nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
bringing the drugs in the hood.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? These are pharmakia, witchcraft, all that.
And then they try to make it seem like, you know, that they did nothing wrong.
It was natural. Oh, AIDS was natural. Cancer.
This happened to y'all? Oh, well, we have this to help. Get the fuck out.
Right. Just drink this.
Yes, huh?
They can't even tell you what's in shit.
That's right.
And if they do tell you, that word is like a sentence.
Never trust our enemy.
You read and agree. Oh, it says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You're like, what the fuck?
Yo, God.
That's why it says physicians of no value.
God.
But I'm gonna read on. It says
Read on.
for 42. He went and now, those temptations, the fear tactics, trying to, you know what I'm saying?
God.
We gonna come and take your children, knock on your doors, and there's a fear tactics. And the Lord said, these things were gonna happen.
God. That's right.
It says, verse 42, he went away again the second time and prayed, saying, oh my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me except I drink it, thy will be done.
God, see that? The second time he said the same thing. Thy will be done, man.
It says,
And he's the one that gave us the Lord's Prayer. The Adawan, the Palau Adawan.
I'm jumping down to 45. It says, then cometh he to his disciples and saith unto them, sleep on now and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand. The hour is at hand.
That's when he knew. Because it's like they're still sleeping. Yo, alright. But he asked the Lord his will, so I gotta go through it by myself. You know, he said the time is at hand. You know? The hour is at hand, so
and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doth betray me.
Because he was coming. And damn, that's heavy because the disciples were sleeping. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh Shai knew through the Spirit that, Jesus was already on the way because he told him from the whip, whatever you gotta do, go do it quickly. But he went to go pray to his father. And it's like, Lord, if this be so, let this cup pass away from me. Not my will, but yours. And he kept saying that. You know? So if it's of the Lord's will, it's going to happen. There's no getting around it. If he did that to his son, and we're his sons, but that's his first son. You know? How much more of us? Right? So it's all about Yahweh, man, and his will. And it has to be done. Babylon must be destroyed, man. 2/3 of our people gotta go. These other nations gotta go into slavery. You know, and whatever's going to happen to us over here, you know, because that's why we say we hope we're part of that number. But, you know, it's not our will, it's of Yahweh's will, man. You know, of course we want to make it up out of here. We don't want to perish here in Babylon, man.
Right.
You know?
We want to see
we want to, that's right. We want to see them go down. And I honestly want to see our brothers make it as well.
And I want to see Yahweh Shai get his rocks off, man. He deserves it primarily, because we always hearing and reading about, what he went through,
Man,
and it gets you vexed, it gets you angry and sad, you know. But you also want to see him get his shit off too, like someone who's always been bullied, and you see him knock him out. You like, yeah, you rejoice. You know what I'm saying?
And that's like, I was listening to the gospel last night when I went to sleep, and I kept waking up. And the part I woke up on was when he was on the cross, and when he screamed out to Yahweh. And they was like, oh, was he calling Elijah? And they was like, let's see if Elijah comes save him. And I was just fucking angry when I heard that. Like, God damn. You know, I wonder, Lord, how you wake me up on that? You know, but just hearing that, it's like when he come back, man, he's coming back in his glory and his vengeance for this place, man. You know, and them niggas that's here, that did all those things, they're here, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Right here in Babylon, and they gonna catch it. And they been putting Jake to death as well while they been here, cause it's in their spirit. You know.
Right, and that's how they betraying the Lord. Switching up doctrines,
Yeah.
not warning the people of what's coming.
Con.
Yeah, you know you're an Israelite, but that's the start off. That's the starting point. That's when you take your first step.
Con.
Oh, I'm an Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you take your first step as a baby.
Con.
Then when you start knowing and applying, growing, and you know what I'm saying. So they betraying them betraying us. You know, they betraying the Lord.
Con, that's right.
You know. So hey, man, you know, watch and pray, seeking the Lord while He may be found.
That's right.
Cause yo, any moment, everything could just be shut off, and you can't get the word word no more. Just like that. Just like that.
Yo, that's right. That's what you say. That's
So-
thief of the night, man.
You know what I mean? So our salvation is nearer than we believe.
That's right.
You know, so expect anything to happen.
Con.
So that should make you wanna, you know, walk on a tightrope with the Lord.
Con.
You know, pray more so than ever. You know, and just do the best you can.
Con.
You know. So with that, man, we hope this lesson was edifying.
Con.
Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bahashim Kakadash,
Con.
you know. So with that, we're going to close off by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the Church of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all you sincere, you know, beautiful brothers out there, man, that's prophesying in the true name and in the true doctrine
Con.
about the times we're in and headed to for the kingdom of heaven. It's definitely at hand. It's,
That's right.
it's at the door.
That's right.
It's speaking.
That's right.
We don't need to even speak no more.
That's right. Con.
We could just let it just go off, man, and just that's how close we are.
Con. That's right.
You know, so with that, man, you know, till next time, shalom.
So,